first example is to graph y equals 2 cotangent of x over 3. So my amplitude is 2. Didn't shift it up or down at all, so that would make my max 2, my min -2, and my middle is 0. And then b, that number stuck on my x, b is 1/3. So my period, remember for cotangent and tangent, is pi over b. So it's pi over 1/3. When you divide by a fraction, you flip it, so my period is 3 pi. So you're still going to take your period and split it into 4 pieces. So I'm going to take my period, 3 pi, split it into 4 pieces. So each piece is going to be 3 pi over 4. I'm going to start at 0. Then my first piece is 3 pi over 4. My next piece is 6 pi over 4. My next piece is 9 pi over 4. My last piece is 12 pi over 4, which you can go back and reduce those fractions. So 6 pi over 4, you can reduce that fraction to 3 pi over 2. And 12 pi over 4, you can reduce that fraction to, oh dang it, oopsies, to 3 pi. So you can go back towards the left. -3 pi over 4, -3 pi over 2, -9 pi over 4, -3 pi. So if you remember what the cotangent parent function looks like, you're going to have asymptotes at 0, at 3 pi, and at -3 pi. And you start up on the left, middle. Oops, I turned this step down. Ignore that. Ignore this point, it shouldn't be there. And then you start up, left, middle, down. And that's the graph of y equals 2 cotangent of x over 3. Our next one, let's do y equals -3 tangent of 2x. So our amplitude is 3. We didn't shift it up or down at all. So our max is 3. Our min is -3, and our middle is 0. B is 2, so that would make our period pi over 2, and that would make our pieces pi over 2 times 1/4 is pi over 8. So each piece is pi over 8. So pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, which is pi over 4, 3 pi over 8, 4 pi over 8 is pi over 2, 5 pi over 8, 6 pi over 8 is 3 pi over 4. You can go back this way. -pi over 8, -pi over 4. So for tangent, when you're setting up your asymptotes is one is going to be 2 to the left and one will be 2 to the right. So your y-axis, if you're not shifting left to right, your y-axis gets split. So you're going to have 2 chunks to the left, 2 chunks to the right. So then our other asymptote would be at 3 pi over 4. And then normally tangent starts at the bottom, goes to the middle, goes to the top. So it points up towards the right side. I hope you can see my little thing modeling that. Points up towards the right side. But since it's negative, it's going to go the opposite direction. It's going to look like a cotangent. You're going to start at the top on the left side and go down towards the right. So because it's negative, instead of it pointing up towards the left, it's going to point up towards the, instead of pointing up towards the right, it's going to point up towards the left. And there you go. try this one on your own. Pause your video and try y equals tangent of x over 2. Pause your video. You try this one. Copy down on notebook paper. Attempt this on your own. Alright, amplitude is 1. You didn't shift it up or down at all. Okay, so your max is 1, your min is -1. B is 1/2. So your period is pi over 1/2, aka 2 pi. So when you split that into 4 pieces, it's going to be 2 pi over 4, which is pi over 2. So each piece will be pi over 2. Okay, remember tangent, if you're not shifting left or right, your asymptotes split the middle and have 2 chunks to the left, 2 chunks to the right. So you're going to have an asymptote at -pi and an asymptote at pi. This is positive, so you're going to start at the top. Oh, I'm sorry, that's cotangent. It's positive, so you're going to start at the bottom, go to the middle, go to the top. So tangent, you point up to the right. And so then you're also going to have an asymptote at 3 pi. So start at the bottom, go to the middle, go to the top. It looks like that. So tangent functions point up towards the right. Cotangent functions point up towards the left. And you can think of the only way I can really think to remember this is a C kind of looks like an L. Like if you take an L and sort of like turn it sideways, it kind of looks like a C. So left, cotangent, a sideways L kind of looks like a C. So cotangent points up towards the left. It's really the only way I can think to remember it.